Yeah, it's good to get back in the gym. Saturday obviously was a tough loss, one of the toughest, really over the last year and a half, probably the toughest, just the way it ended. But credit Jacksonville State for a terrific job. Rough bus ride home, but Sunday was off. Yesterday we were off, and now we're ready for a great week of practice and obviously a very big rivalry game on Saturday.
How did the players respond to the loss on Saturday?
They're sick, disappointed, upset. But we got resilient kids. We got great kids. 1 through 15, and I look forward to them having a. I looked at, without a doubt, I think they'll have a great week of practice, and I think we'll be ready to play on Saturday. They're going to be sick. It was a tough loss. They're competitive. The upperclassmen have won a ton of games, and it was a tough loss. But just talking to those guys and knowing, kind of behind the scenes, visiting with them that, we're in a good position, and we've got resilient guys.
Been struggling a little bit shooting the basketball. Is that just because the shots aren't falling, or does it have something to do with shot selection?
Well, I mean, if you watch the game, I mean, there's some, five guys, they're converging on Isaiah, and we've missed a lot of open shots. I mean, everybody's trying to overthink this. We haven't. I think defensively we've improved. We've gotten better in that area, but we've got to make shots. You got to make free throws. You got to do some little things. And Jeff and Dexter 2 for 17 this past weekend. It's tough because those are the guys getting the shots when everybody converges on Isaiah. So we'll make shots. When we make shots and we start offensively playing better, we're going to be very, very good.
Do you talk to the players who aren't making shots about their shooting, let them work it out on their own?
I mean, we get them in the gym more. Dexter was in there yesterday. He'll be in there today. Just get him in as much as we possibly can. Coach McMahon gets those guards in there a ton, and they shoot before, they shoot after. They shoot a ton. The only thing I do is just try to just continue to instill confidence that, I know you're going to make them, you're going to make them, you're going to make them. And we haven't made them lately. I mean, we're really struggling from the field. We're struggling from the free throw line. Everybody, I think is making a huge ordeal, and I think we're okay. We're fine, and it's my job as the head coach and the leader to make sure everybody knows that.
Do you talk to Jeff after the play individually?
I haven't yet because I went out. I didn't realize I couldn't see the end of the play. All I was trying to do was tell everybody, don't foul, wall up, and you can't. Even the gym's small or big, it's still hard to hear when you're on the road or at home. I didn't know who fouled, and then we didn't have any timeouts, and so you couldn't really tell who fouled. But when I went to the locker room, he had his shirt over his head, and I told him to sit up and get your shirt off your head. I didn't realize that he was the one until watching the tape on the ride home that he was the one that fouled. And, we're supposed to wall up right there. Obviously, you don't want to reach in 2 seconds. He'd had to made an incredible shot over Ed. But I'll visit with him today. I haven't had a chance because I was recruiting yesterday.
Kind of lost in all this. In fact, you've been playing great defense. You're at or near the very top of the league in conference-only games. Just about every defensive.
Yeah, I think we're getting better, and that's the thing I think we were struggling with. We're getting better. We put an attention and focus on that. But, at some point, we're scored 64 points. We go 4 for 18 from the line. We miss 10, 11 free throws. We miss some layups, some bunnies. Now you're in the 70s. You're not going to score 80 points a game. But if we can be, we're 67. If we can be in that 73 to 75 range, that increases your win total, obviously, by a couple wins. So, we just got to stay at it, and I know our leadership from our seniors is very good, and, we'll be ready to respond.
I feel like Stacy has really stepped up on the defensive end, especially in the Tennessee Tech game. He had, I think, 3 steals in a row with 3 different possessions, and then kind of did it again in the Jacksonville State game.
Yeah, he gets, everybody's, he kind of, I'm happy for Stacy because I thought he was the difference in the game, in the Tech game. That and Ed Daniels' effort in the second half. But his 2 or 3 steals turned the tide in an ugly affair because it was ugly both ways. And he got 2 or 3 steals. We got up 4 or 6 points, and he was a big part of our win there. Stacy's just, with the way people play Isaiah and the way they're defending us now, we just got to continue to get him more comfortable with the basketball and more comfortable making decisions. But defensively, he's been very good. Sometimes he almost pressures too much, and we've got to do a better job up top just containing the ball and not pressuring as much.
He's think some of that perception of that something's wrong is that people expected you maybe to struggle at the start of the season and not so much in the conference?
Yeah, to be honest, I was more worried about the conference than I was non-conference because, I watch a lot of games and, Trey Burke from Michigan, and I just saw a little bit of the Illinois game, but they're not getting several different defenses thrown at Burke. When you're playing outside of conference and non-conference games, they're usually going to guard you more head up. And so I knew in conference, everybody's just going to lock in and, all right, cannon. And other guys are going to have to, step up. But, we're 15-5. Nobody's, I think we're in good position. Obviously, yes, I wish we were 17-3, but, we're 15-5. It's 75% winning percentage. And we still got another half of conference. We got 6 and 9 home games. So we just need to get great crowds and great energy and play well down the stretch.
Is that a testament to how great Isaiah is? Every team wants to try to check him, and he's still averaging 21 a game.
Well, he's really talented. He's terrific, and he's unselfish, and he's getting guys great shots. And at some point, everything's going to click. And when it clicks, it's going to be fun to watch because the guys, when you know you're struggling is when you get down on the road and then you get beat 25. When you get down on the road and you don't come back. Slow start, quick start. People, analyze the starts now. If you look at the Austin Peay game, if you look at some of these games, we've gotten off to good starts the first 6 to 8 minutes, but then we've struggled. The second half of the first halves is where we've really struggled if you really want to break it down. So our guys are, I think their frame of mind is in good spirits, and our goals haven't changed. We're right in the thick of the race, first in the West, second overall, and we just got to win the next game.
Your game planning for Murray State, and you take a look and see Isaiah 1 for 5 from free range 3 straight games. You feel good about that, or fear what is probably going to be coming?
Well, it's coming, and it's coming. And some of it's his shot selection because at times, he'll take a couple, and we'll show him on tape shot selection. But, he's always, he's a confident player. He's always trying to make the great play. And then some shots that he's made, he gets physically. I mean, you got to understand, 35 minutes of getting totally denied, having to get the basketball, having to defend. He can wear down at times, but that's why we got to do a better job in practice with these guys and a better job in our efficiency. And it's coming. It's coming for Dexter. It's coming for Stacy. It's coming for Jeff. It's coming for Isaiah because they're good shooters. And we just got to continue to work to get them better shots.
Is it hard to talk to Isaiah about the shot selection since he makes?
Yeah, you don't want to harp on it too much because a lot of those went in last year. You know what I mean? And a lot of those have gone in this year at times. So he knows because he'll tell you at times. So I don't want to you don't want to overcoach him. We just want to try to put him in better positions.
You're 11th in the OVC in assists per game. Is that a concern, or is it just kind of the cards that you're dealt this year?
Well, I think it's just some of it's with personnel, and then some of it's Isaiah probably have 5. If we make a couple shots, he's getting 5 more assists a game, and I think it's just the cards you've been dealt, and you deal with it, and we've got to figure out other ways. But we're very, very capable. Lost by 1, lost by 3. East Kentucky here, they came in and played extremely well and beat us. And then your other losses are Colorado without 3 guys, and at Dayton, which is one of the toughest places in the country to play. So, we're on this way. We're not on that way.
The team you're playing Saturday, you looked at them and didn't know they were your rivals. 13 out of 14, you go, man, this is what we need, somebody to just come in and beat up on. But with Austin Peay, it just never seems to be that way. It's always one of those.
No, they'll come in ready, and they've got a week to prepare, and they got a week to rest, and they got a week to retool things. So, I'm sure it's going to be a loud crowd, a boisterous crowd, a lot of energy both ways, because I'm sure they'll bring a lot of fans up. And, it's another great rivalry, and it should be another great game. And, we've got to be locked in and ready. Everybody would probably start talking about the next week, Belmont, Tennessee State, but that's the furthest from our mind right now. We just want to come in today and change some things in practice and get better.
We'll talk just about the game Detran had last time, because he really, I know he took a bunch of shots, but he really made some big ones.
He did, and we're going to take the backboard off on the goal because he banked a couple in. But he's a good player. You know, he's averaging, I think I looked 22, 23 points a game. Can really shoot, can score. We got to be a little bit more locked in on him, hedging ball screens, and not letting him get a little bit as comfortable. And then a couple that he hit late, though, were pretty tough.
What's the one thing you have to do better this time against Austin Peay than what you did?
Well, I just think defense. I was watching the first half of the game right now. I just think defensively we got to be a little bit more locked in on containing the basketball, containing the drive, ball screen defense, and then really try to get stops so we can get some easy baskets in transition.
With some of the poor shooting, you know, is this week off? I mean, are your boys healthy? Are they, you know, is that an excuse for some of that?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I mean, it's good to get Sunday they were off. We got in about 5, so they probably slept all day. Monday they were off. The younger guys lifted weights and ran a little bit because they haven't, you know, not playing and stuff. They hadn't done anything in a couple days. But, you know, now, you know, I was joking with Ed. This was even before the game. I was like, you know, we win, I may even give you Monday and Tuesday off. He's like, no, we need to practice Tuesday. So, you know, they understand what they need to do. And like I said, I think they're in the right frame of mind. You know, everybody's disappointed we lost, but I don't think it has anything to do with the injuries and that. I just think, I mean, if you watch the tape, you know, I'll be upset at myself at certain games, and I've said at Valpo, East Kentucky, you know, we weren't getting great shots, but we've gotten good shots. You know, Dexter had a couple wide open threes. Jeffrey Moss, a couple wide open shots. We had a couple, you know, back up. Even Isaiah, a couple floaters that he makes, and we've struggled to make those right now.
It's also it's alumni Saturday. A lot of alumni come in. Talk about maybe not some of the guys come in, but kind of what that means to have a legacy of Murray State basketball.
Well, it's good. You know, I wouldn't be here, and the program wouldn't be where it's at today. You know, and Isaiah and Ed and all the upperclassmen wouldn't be where they're at this program if it wasn't for the Popeye Jones and the Marcus Browns and the Jeff Martins and Steve Newton and Ron Green and all the guys that, you know, from Kyle Luther that made this program what it is. And this program goes a lot longer than just last year's year to remember, so to speak. It goes back 50, 60 years of great players, great coaches, great tradition, and really a great university. And it's just a chance to celebrate and honor that. And then hopefully we can start doing something in the summer where a lot more people can come back, because there's a lot still playing, there's a lot overseas, there's a lot coaching, and it's tough for them to get away, you know, mid-season. Because if Alabama had one, I couldn't go this weekend, you know, to go to your alma mater. And so they're a big part of what our program is. And the best thing that last year, I said it all along, was that it let people realize how good this program has been for so long.
Is it important to say thank you, you feel, to those that do this?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to. You appreciate, and it's, you know, I'll put a little speech together, but the first thing you do is you thank them for continuing this, helping build this program to what it is today. And then it's our guys, and that's the thing I'm trying to get our freshmen to understand, is there is a responsibility when you play at Murray State, how you have to perform. And that's the thing that they're trying to understand right now. And, you know, some catch it quicker than others as freshmen. But, you know, that's something that, you know, we'll always, you know, thank. You always want to thank the people that put you in the position, whether it's Coach Kennedy and Coach Cronin, Coach Godfrey, and all the great players from Isaac Spencer to Terry Mays, you know, all on down the line, Cuthbert Victor.
Coach, has been nice being able to use the new facility a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't been in there. They were in there yesterday working out. We may even practice in there just for a little change of pace and kind of change the, get maybe a little bit more locked in and in some closed space. But a tremendous job. Alan did an unbelievable job overseeing that, and Dennis, who, you know, his company built it. They did a tremendous job, and it's a great facility, and I look forward to getting in there.